everyone! Well, college application season is over in the time being, and all of our fellow seniors are awaiting their acceptances. WAVE is here to help our fellow juniors who may be anxious for their own applications this upcoming fall. For our seniors, do not fret. We have something for you as well. In this series, not only will we be breaking down the whole college application process for our juniors, we will also be discussing what comes after, what college is really like, what happens after college, everything you need to know when stepping into your next chapter in life. So, throughout this series, feel free to drop comments and questions and we'll answer them in the following videos of our series. We hope that this series is helpful, and let's get started. Now, before you start applying, you first have to know what schools you want to apply to and what components you need to apply. The key to having a successful college application period is assembling a balanced college list. A good balanced college list has 3 categories that schools you should apply to should fall into: safety, reach, and target. So what are they and what's the difference? These categories, put simply, are a comparison of your probability of getting into a school based on how you compare to the median of other students. With safety schools having a higher probability of acceptance as your stats are higher than the 75th percentile of students, reach schools have a lesser probability of acceptance as your stats fit into the 25th percentile of students. These schools can be determined by your statistics, such as acceptance rate and stats compared to the median for the other schools. For example, while these categories are what most use when determining which schools they should apply to, even if it is a reach school, try your luck. With holistic admissions, there's still a chance of getting into these schools with more difficult statistics. Here is an example of the idea of a balanced college list put into action. Note that in this oversimplified example, this student is just trying to put together a list based off of statistics, even though they know that many other factors play a role in if they are offered admission to a college. In this scenario, a fictional high school senior, Alex, is putting together a college list. Alex lives in Ohio and has a 3.5 GPA and 1260 SAT score. They are hoping to be a math major at a small or medium-sized college somewhere in the Midwest. For one of their safety schools, Alex applies to DePauw University because their GPA and/or SAT/ACT is higher than 75% of accepted students. Alex also applied to Michigan State University, which they consider a target school because their stats put them within the middle 50% between the 25th and 75th percentile of accepted students statistically. Finally, Alex applied to Northwestern University as a reach school. Northwestern University is a reach school for Alex and for anyone else because it has an acceptance rate below 25%. Alex will continue to build their balanced list by finding at least one more reach school and one more safety school and at least 3 more target schools. While Alex does this, they will try to keep in mind other factors that are important to them on their college list, like if the school has the extracurriculars that Alex really likes, if the financial aid policies at the school work for Alex and their family, and if Alex likes that type of curriculum the school has. By using this method, Alex has a really good chance of ending up at a school that fits their needs. While there isn't really a set amount of schools you should apply for, most would recommend about 5 to 8 schools. From these schools, about 25% should be safeties, 50% should be targets, and 25% should be reach schools, allowing for a balanced list. Everyone's situation is different, and every school you apply to will be different, so don't compare yourself to others during this application and acceptance period. As tough as it may sound, you're not going to get into every school you apply for. However, do not let your rejections determine your worth. You've worked hard to get to where you are, and you'll have a great experience at any school you go to. You only need to get into one school in order to have a college experience, and making the decision to apply and go to college is a huge accomplishment by itself. Now, when applying, make sure to research heavily for each of these schools. While GPA and test scores may be a factor they are looking for, many schools today are test optional. So what is test optional, and is it really optional? Yes, it is! Schools that state that they are test optional do not penalize students who do not submit their SAT or ACT scores. This allows for a more holistic admission. Whoa, foreign word! What's holistic admissions? So, to put simply, when schools state holistic admissions, it means they'll be looking over your whole application and assessing it fully to understand your hard work, not just reviewing it for the statistics that make up your application. No one factor of your application will be the reason why you are not admitted. But beware, while they may say holistic, not every factor is always reviewed equally. You can have amazing extracurriculars, but that won't necessarily override other factors like negative letters of recommendations and etc. Other than that, admissions officers today are looking over your application as a whole to determine if you are best fit for their school's community. Here are the factors that college transition states on what admissions look for when holistically reviewing your application. Rigor of academic coursework. Any trends up or down over the course of your academic career. Test scores including SAT, ACT, or AP/IB exams. How your performance compared to others from your high school, i.e. class rank. What your counselor and teacher recommendations reveal. Essays and short response answers. Extracurricular activities. Special talents and/or passions you possess. Special circumstances like disabilities, illness, or family financial situation. Personal essay and supplemental essay questions. While considering your safety, target, and reach schools, don't just consider whether or not you'll get in. Also consider the cost. Applying and going to college is costly, so be sure to thoroughly review how much it is to apply and the amount of aid you may receive. Every college has a net cost calculator available on their website. This is really helpful as it will help you figure out what their estimated cost could be if you decide to attend that college. For example, look for need-blind schools. These schools will not consider your financial need when reviewing your application and won't impact your financial aid package. Depending on the school you applied to, the amount of aid you'll receive may differ as each school has a different formula and types of aid they offer. Some types of aid are need-based and merit-based. According to best colleges, need-based aid provides funds based on a student's financial need versus merit-based aid, which offers financial support based on the student's academic achievements. But get this, you can receive both aids to help fund your studies if you qualify. Other types of aids include scholarships and loans, which will be further in our later videos in this series. Hopefully this video has been helpful in explaining how to choose a college and what colleges look for. In our next video, we will be discussing more of the financial aid process, scholarships, and COVID relief. Drop any questions you may have down below in the comment section, and we'll get back to you about it. Stay tuned and see you next time. Bye!